I'm kidding.
Hey-o! All right. Attempt number 3.
Hey-o!
Motherfucker. Welcome to another episode of the Best Friends Discuss podcast. I'm your host, Mike, with my co-host,
Brad.
And again, our special guest, our co-host.
Our other host, yeah. At this point,
our
you're
other
just a host.
good buddy.
Gage!
Yes. Gage is here once again because Karen booked him again. It's like we're losing guests.
They're running out of people to put on this thing.
So we thought we would do a quick, just little one of my favorite episodes is the Justified Asshole, just going over stories of people being assholes and we judge them.
What?
There was much liquid. Okay.
I need a few minutes.
So I figured we could do a quick episode just reading a couple of the Justified Asshole stuff. Let me ask you guys real quick. How hard do you want me to go into the first one?
Well, I don't want any, am I an asshole for leaving my friend out of my house on the street after his wife passed away? I'll tell you that much.
With his little girl?
So not that hard, but let's have some fun. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Wow, it means that first one was probably not the best, considering his reaction. You didn't learn your lesson the first time? Did Dane and I not shit on you enough?
No.
I guess not. Jesus.
You know what? I'm just going to read this one because I've read it before and it makes me laugh. I am so close. And you guys don't want me to tell you the title, right? What do you
No, I don't think we need the title.
All right. So, I've got the typical awful overbearing mother-in-law situation. The woman doesn't like me, hasn't for roughly 6 years now. Her son and I have been together almost 7 years. We have 2 kids. She's done everything from boundary stomping, criticizing our parenting choices, threatening to have our child taken from us and placed in her custody if we moved out of state, and threatening to call Child Protective Services if we didn't bow to her wishes. Suffice to say, this woman is insane, and we did end up moving 2,000 miles away with zero chance of losing custody, obviously. We have no contact with her off and on. Currently, we hear from her once every 3 months or so and see her once a year. The most recent time she was in town, she gave my boyfriend an Amazon Alexa for the kids.
Boyfriend. 2 kids? Boyfriend?
Yep.
Moved 2,000 miles away? Girl, that's husband.
Been together 7 years, too.
You should be single.
It's one of the fancy ones with the screen and camera for video chatting. Now, maybe I'm just being petty because her and I obviously don't get on, but I'm not interested in seeing or hearing from her any more than we do already. My boyfriend's younger brother and his girlfriend, when they found out that she had gotten this for us, warned me to disable the drop-in permissions because this woman was just randomly dropping into the device and accessing the camera into their apartment.
Pause. This is funny because I have an Alexa and my mom got an Alexa. When I go home, my mom is not technologically advanced. So she had me set up her Alexa. I enabled myself to be able to drop in on her Alexa, which I know is in the living room. My Alexa is in my bedroom. I disabled her from being able to drop into my Alexa for obvious reasons.
Like what?
Sex. So
Okay. What?
no, that's the exact reason I disabled it.
Right. Not because you're pulling your main vein or
If I'm
wrestling a snake.
If I'm pulling my main vein, it's on my phone. Like, is the sounds coming out of my phone are not gonna be so predominant as actual coitus. And then also let me keep you the fact that my Alexa sits level with my bed, at the foot of my bed, about a foot and a half from my bed. Is not prime territory for my mother to just be dropping in on me.
Really see your gooch.
I don't have the screen one. It's just a normal voice one. Jesus Christ. But, with that being said, being able to drop in on an Alexa device is super fun because you get to scare the shit out of everybody. Just imagine, texting your mom. She talks about, we're just watching a scary movie. So you drop in on her Alexa that's in the living room where they're all watching the movie, just screaming. It's great.
Next time, just do random whispers.
Get out. Get out. You're not welcome.
I will eat your soul.
I will eat your ass.
What?
What? Continue.
Anywho. So I was instantly suspicious of the fucking thing. I disabled the permissions and the kids aren't allowed to use it unless someone is in the room anyway. I was talking about how shady it was with our roommate. And he said that he had a much better idea than disabling it. Put it in his room and anytime he feels like it, he'll just jerk it while making direct eye contact with the camera. I feel like disabling it is enough, but I would be lying if I said this wasn't a hilarious, tantalizing prospect. Is it over the top to do this if I'm pretty confident that she would just drop in and see this happening? Thanks in advance.
No.
Yeah, no, she should do this. Kind of sketchy the fact that it's her 7-year boyfriend and their 2 kids and their roommate. Interesting dynamic going on there. But yeah, she should 100% utilize the roommate so that the mother-in-law drops in on a fat dick. Well, at least hopefully. For his sake.
Going to pound
Just
town.
going to Pound Town. Going to...
Wrestling that snake.
Wrestling the snake. That's where I'm going to keep it. Yeah, no, she should utilize that.
Putting a hat on that tallywhacker.
That's okay. Mediocre. Heard better. But, no, I think she should. Because unless they actually use it for the sake of an Alexa... And I will say, I had my Alexa before I had... Because once Gianna and our roommate, we all moved in together. I have my big tower speaker, and then between the 3 of us, we have 4 small Bluetooth speakers. And I don't really use my Alexa all too much anymore. But when it comes down to it, yeah, put it in the guest room with your roommate, please, for the sake of all of us, and then get back to us.
All right, so Gage, is she an asshole for thinking about it, or
she's an asshole for not already executing it?
Okay, Brad, is she an asshole for
No.
thinking about it?
No.
Okay, Gage, would you like to read the next one?
Absolutely.
I have 2 great choices. One of them I want to read, but if you want to read it, you can.
Well, which one did you want to read, and I'll read the other?
No. Just pick one. Which one sounds better for you?
All right. So I'm gonna try to execute this as flawlessly as Mike did.
I will ridicule you. I will end you.
I'm reading this, and there's a lot more words than I know. So let's figure it out. All right. I want to make it very clear that this isn't about him saying no. It's about how he declined. If he just said no, this wouldn't be a conversation. My husband and I have been trying for kids for a while. He, as it turns out, has azoospermia.
I'm so glad you're reading this.
Right? Azoospermia. That's what we're going to go with. Azoospermia.
Asthmaspermia.
Is no sperm. We've been talking about donors, and he's only comfortable with it if it comes from his brother. Adoption isn't something we could possibly afford right now, and I don't love the idea of a third party getting to call all the shots about us having children. Eric has donated before in college and currently has a son with a girlfriend. I'm assuming that Eric's the brother. He's a little smarmy. What a word.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little smarmy and self-important, but not a bad person. We asked him, and now I have regrets. He sent a very detailed email in which he went in excruciating detail of all the reasons he felt he wouldn't be a good parent and what we'd need to change, quote unquote, before he would give us a child. Wow.
Wow. So he wrote an email of what they need to change
Before he donated sperm to them.
and before
so they would
become parents.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a ballsy move coming from the person who would...
Coming from the person that has the balls full of sperm.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
At the risk of making this post as long as the email itself, there were two main points. Number one, he didn't feel that our income was high enough. Holy fuck. He demanded to see financial records. Holy fuck. Wow. He wanted to see his brother more advanced / settled in a career and wanted to know my career trajectory as well. Both of us have been in the same companies for 5+ years and don't have dead-end jobs. He also wants us in a house and not an apartment. Number two, he felt that I and his brother needed to get therapy for, quote unquote, being different. Along this line, he wanted his brother to act, quote unquote again, act more normal.
What the fuck is wrong with this brother?
Holy fuck. We would also need to convert and follow their family's religion and not be a heathen.
Are you? That's it right there. That's it right there. That tells everything. That's it right there.
Not be a heathen. Oh, and there's more. I was furious. And when I received this, all caps, he could have just said no. Period. That he acted like the sole way for us to have children and like he could control our lives is ridiculous. I don't want to adopt because I don't want to have a third party telling me what my standards are. I'd rather be childless. I called him, screamed at him for the horrifying email, and said I wouldn't want his goods if he was the last person on earth.
That's gross.
My husband is urging me to consider his terms, which I'm not interested in. Am I in the wrong here?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mike.
Oh my god. By the way, I have not read that one.
What?
That was a good one.
Fuck.
So, I say brother-in-law is an asshole.
Brother-in-law is no longer a brother to either of them. The fact that the actual brother is considering the brother-in-law's terms due to the conflict that would cause in their marriage and relationship, that should be an X-nay on the fuck no.
Yeah. Brother-in-law is an asshole. Her husband, also an asshole.
I'd say slight asshole.
Yeah, I would say a slight asshole too. But
she's not in the wrong at all for not wanting to conform to these terms. Mm-hmm. Act more normal.
Yeah.
Conform to their family's religion.
I really want to know what the family religion is.
Because it can't be something that crazy. You know what I mean?
Are you sure?
It's probably just Christianity, Catholic, Mormon. It's probably
Scientology.
could be.
I feel like it might. Honestly, Mormon. I could see Mormon.
Yeah, I can see Mormon too.
Yeah, married in the temple.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, I think the husband is a slight asshole. The brother-in-law is for sure an asshole. She is not.
And the fact that this was all sent over email is what really does truly... Do you know what grinds my gears?
Hold on, real quick. They're breaking Radon Records' rulebook of typing out an email and then not sending it.
Yeah, they fucking sent it. Let me tell you what.
They sent it.
Holy fuck, dude. That should have been a very personal conversation. They could have emailed them in hopes of meeting and discussing this. But the fact that conversation, I don't know all of the stipulations. You know, they may live a little bit of ways away, but I feel like there should have at least been a phone call or a FaceTime or a face-to-face conversation, in which they could have plugged at some heartstrings. You know what I mean? Who doesn't? I get the husband. He wants to keep it in the family. 100%. I get that. You know what I mean? You want the same genes. You know, in assuming, and if you meet my little brother, through the years that we progressed up until, you know, more adulthood, from like birth literally to, I would say 13, 14 years old, there's a 4-year difference between us. We have looked almost exactly the same. He's grown into the same stages that I did. So you look at family pictures, and it's very hard to tell the difference between us two. The only difference is now, no one knows where the fuck I got my size from. And my brother looks like the rest of my family in kind of like size. But I think if I had to do something about it, if I was not able to have children, you know, I would consider my brother being a donor before anyone else. Because I know it's more in my bloodline. It's my family. Versus just straight adopting. I get that mindset first. But the brother was... Wow. My brother would never think to treat me that way. We'd have a conversation about it first before he disrespected anybody in my life. Yeah. But that's how we were raised. Maybe they were raised differently. That disrespect just comes naturally. I don't know.
I mean, I agree with you guys. As long as the situation is exactly how it's being told. I have a feeling, though, there's other parts to this situation.
I could see there being some hidden gems here.
Like, I can see a big one, which is, honestly, the husband doesn't want kids or is looking for a way out. This is an easy one without him getting blamed.
Gage's eyes went wide.
Interesting thought.
Yeah.
This is why the test tells you otherwise.
Is this why I'm a 13 on the test?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
no, absolutely. She's not an asshole.
Mm-mm.
No.
Especially the mother.
See, I think at that point, like, I also get the whole keeping it in the family kind of thing for a donation.
It's one thing to... Have you guys seen Shameless?
No.
You have?
Yeah.
So you know the episode where Kev does the thing to the mom to really kind of keep it in the family? No. That's just wrong. There's a difference. But yeah, just for like pure sperm donation or whatever. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I get the whole keeping it in the family thing. It's just after the brother-in-law's terms, what the husband should be doing is going, okay, so not him. Like, I guess I'm good with anybody else.
Or he should be approaching his brother with a knuckle fucking sandwich for just like straight disrespect.
Yes, but
or at least a noogie or something.
She now doesn't want.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want that condescending fucking asshole donating his sperm.
Yeah, there's a chance the child may grow up like him.
Exactly.
So,
well, nature versus nurture, you never fucking know. But no, I think at that point, then you look at your donor options. You could pick a donor. They literally have pictures of the guys that donated the sperm. You could find the person that looks closest like your husband. There's millions of options.
You know what? User late public. If you need a donator, gauge is up for it. Brad, go ahead with your next one.
Absolutely. I'd love to get in the donor pool.
Yeah. Well, let's go on the opposite end of the spectrum with this one. All right, I was just minding my own business in the roads of my urban city with some Molotov cocktails and pipe bombs. You know, just casual everyday stuff. When suddenly a bus, carrying, according to the police report, 58 people, rounded the corner at approximately 45 miles per hour. I was stunned that the bus would have the audacity to round the corner whilst I was playing with dangerous explosives in the street, and I might have accidentally thrown a projectile into the front windshield of the bus.
What?
The bus driver claimed to be stunned by the explosion of fire on his windshield from the absolute maniac, then lost control of his vehicle and veered into the sidewalk where, after hitting 2 pedestrians, he rammed into my stockpile crate of high explosives. Needless to say, I want reimbursement, but he just wasn't listening to reason.
What the fuck?
Anyway, I'm in court right now, 2 months later, and some people claiming to be the grieving family members of the deceased and injured are saying hurtful things about me and my actions. So, am I the asshole?
Good God. Also, is this a troll? Is he just referring to him playing GTA 5 online?
Honestly, I could see that happening online, but with that being said, I would say yeah.
Yeah, what?
He's the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
And a
only
murderer.
that's only murderer is strong.
Yeah,
I said asshole.
Yeah.
You said murderer, not me.
I said both.
When it comes down to it, man, if you're playing with explosives, that's why you get property, some land, get at least 10 acres, so you can blow some shit the fuck up. Definitely not cummy, but you can come in my asshole. Nitron biohazard. Wow.
Is that what you call your semen? Nitron biohazard?
Right.
It's not a biohazard.
No. Nitron biohazard is that brother-in-law.
You're not wrong.
So, he's an asshole.
He's a fucking asshole. You do this on your own property. You don't do this in public land. I am all about blowing shit the fuck up. But do it on your own fucking time.
Alright. So this, I'm glad you didn't read this one because I want to read this one.
Oh, I'm glad I read the one that I read.
Me too. That one is very, very much you. So, first off, this says it's a throwaway account. So I looked at the account name. I love the user's name. It's Handicapped and Hungry.
Well, thank God they're hungry because they get the first parking spot in the parking lot.
For background, I, 22 female, am very petite, fit, and just by looking at me, one would not guess I have a physical disability. 2 weeks ago, I had surgery with incisions on my spine and on one butt cheek, making walking more difficult temporarily. Though I have a handicap placard, not just because I had surgery, but for the overall problem that me to be unable to walk long distances. I'm not asking, am I the asshole for refusing to give up my spot, but because of what I said. My brother thinks I went too far, but I think I afforded the woman the same amount of respect she gave me. I was going out to dinner with my brother, who was ready in the passenger seat. I pulled into one of the 4 handicap spots in front of a restaurant, and the woman, late 60s, in the car to my right immediately opened her door to block my brother from getting out. We waited a few seconds, and it became clear this was intentional. I got out of the car and asked her if she would close her door. The woman immediately started berating me, saying I had no right to use the handicap spot as other people that actually needed it would be unable to park. Apparently, I am young and skinny enough to suck it up, though she doesn't know what my disability is, and deal with the parking far away. She called me an entitled brat and accused me of scamming the government to support my lazy ass. Among other things, I told her a doctor saw fit I get a handicap placard, and when she said I look fine, I told her that my medical history is none of her business. She continued to insult me, even calling me a lazy bitch at one point, and refused to close her door. I eventually had enough and let her have it. I told her something along the lines of, maybe if you didn't eat yourself into debilitating obesity, others that actually need it would be unable to use your spot. She tried to respond by saying her weight was due to medical issues, to which I cut her off to say if she's going to make assumptions about me, I will do the same. I called her a miserable old bitter bitch and told her at her big old age she should have learned to mind her business. She threatened to call the police on me for reasons she was unable to verbalize, and I told her to go ahead and point to the restaurant where we were going to, and told her to send them in. When my brother heard this, he finally crawled out of the driver's side. He said something like, calm down and let's go inside. I said that sounds like a great idea if the nosy bitch will leave us alone. But she seems too fat to follow up with the police and bring them inside. Then we walked away with her still yelling things at me with her door open. She either didn't call the police or they refused to come. I know what I said was harsh, but I'm pretty tired of people making assumptions about my pain and telling me about my pain. Maybe I should regret it, but I don't have an ounce of remorse for what I said. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not. I come from a little bit of a different background on that. From where I do know people who, due to certain injuries or disabilities in the military, do permit a handicapped parking spot. And though due to a lot of them maybe not necessarily being physical disabilities, people disagree that they should have the spot. One of the best comebacks I've ever heard in this regard is someone giving one of my guys shit about having a handicapped parking spot and being disabled, and them saying you're not physically disabled, and him responding, it's not my physical disability that you should be scared of. It's the voices in my head.
Oh,
as he walked into the store and ignored everything else they said.
That's a pretty baller move.
Yeah, you can't argue with it, because at that point you're like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. But yeah, no, fuck that other girl. Like, if you have a fucking placard, you have a placard. You can park in the fucking spot because someone somewhere said you fucking could. And no one should have a personal opinion about it outside of that.
Yeah. It's not
bada bing, bada boom, you got one. Certified by somebody. Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, you can judge a book by, or this person is obviously judging a book by its cover, but doesn't know the full story. They don't know what's going on in this person's life. You know, if somebody parks disabled spot and gets out, they could just start limping and people will be like, oh, he's disabled. But this person maybe was having a tough time walking and has a placard. So, yeah, not an asshole.
I agree.
Brett?
I agree with you guys. I will have to say there's one thing. If you fucking say shit, be ready for somebody else to fucking say shit back to you. That fat bitch deserved every fucking thing that was said back at her.
If you're gonna dish it out, be prepared to fucking take it.
Yeah.
As soon as you initiate that contact, you can't get butthurt about anything that's said back to you. As long as it's valid.
Oh, you already have them? Okay.
So here's another one. I teach AP chemistry, and so I have to sign off on forms for students to move on to the next honors class, i.e. whether I recommend it or not. I was signing forms for 2 students today, and one of them does okay in chemistry. The other is much stronger. Former has an A- average on tests, and the latter has a strong A. The former student joked with me and asked me whether I'd give her strongly recommends out of strongly recommends, recommends with reservations, and doesn't recommend. Those are the 3 levels. I laughed and told her I'd give her a recommends and give the other student standing next to her, as well as another stronger student in the next period, a strongly recommends. I didn't say the other two students were stronger explicitly, though. She looked a bit crestfallen after that, but didn't say much. I talked over this with another science teacher at my school, who also didn't say much, but looked a bit taken back. Am I the asshole for telling that other student I'd give someone else a stronger recommendation? It's literally just one opinion they'll never remember after high school, and I believe in being honest with people about their respective abilities.
So, I'm kind of in between on this one. For right now.
I have a flat answer on this one for myself.
I'm sure you do. So, in one way, I'm like, no, he's not the asshole for telling her basically like, this person is doing better than you, because life is a competition. It's not, everybody gets a participation medal or what have you. Like, there has to be failure, people that fail, people who succeed.
Yeah.
There's a reason not everyone gets a gold medal. One person does, one person gets a silver, one person gets bronze, and nobody else gets medals. So in a way, I'm thinking he's not the asshole. But where I'm kind of thinking of he is an asshole is maybe this student has high regards for this teacher, and maybe that opinion that he doesn't think matters actually does matter. Because, I had a teacher way back when. He was my favorite teacher. After I graduated, I found out stuff about him. I'm like, well, that kind of ruins my perspective of him. And, I wanted to do well in his class. I did do well in his class. But if he told me, hey, you're not doing a good job, I took that to heart, and I either improved or I stayed the same. So him thinking that his opinion doesn't matter and that this person out of when they leave high school, this won't matter. In a way, it kind of does, and it continues to structure you as a person. 1/3 of your life is schooling. So, 1/4 of your life.
Okay, maybe.
1/4 of your life
Most
is
people
schooling.
don't die at 60.
Well,
Yeah.
1/4 of your life, assuming that you're gonna live to
but he said
100
1/3,
years
and I
old.
was like, 1/3.
Yeah,
That's a shit.
Yeah, sorry.
Assuming you're gonna live to 100 years old, you're gonna be early 20s before you graduate college, in which you've done, maybe preschool, maybe not.
I guess
but you've done elementary school, middle school, or high school, and then college.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think he's an asshole based on the merits. And no one's gonna really truly fucking remember, dude. If you give a mediocre review to one student and an exceptional review to another student, they're gonna both turn them into their prospective universities. Honestly, they're gonna be more impressed the fact that you actually got people to write on your behalf. And at that point, I think that's all they look at. It's like for me, I went on when I was getting out of the military and I was going into I guess my next step of life, which I thought was college. And there was a field op in which I was 6 months out from getting out, which is not a lot of time, because getting in is like you talk to this guy, you go see this guy, and you sign this paper. Holy shit, you're in the military. Versus getting out is you gotta go see this guy, A through fucking Z. Each one of them got a signed document A through fucking Z. And if you don't get all that done within the time allotted, then I guess you're still in the fucking military. It's the biggest pain in the ass, the most time-consuming thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm 24 at this point in time.
Aren't you 25?
I will be this year. Thanks for reminding me, bitch.
Oh, that's right.
But I had a field op in which, within my last 6 months, 2 guys got in trouble while they were out there. So me and my roommate, Noons, we got sent out there for kind of damage control. And our XO, which is kind of a higher up within our company, was like, as long as you guys go out there and do damage control and come back with a positive rating, I will give you motherfuckers whatever the fuck you need. Hence why I now have a United States Marine Corps letter-headed recommendation for college. because we went out there and we did damage control and we came back and won some awards and all that bullshit. And he wrote me a letter for college because that's what I needed from him. And here I am in college.
Not in college. Oh.
Well, not this semester because government, VA, fuck them all. But yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to. The recommendations, I mean, they mean kind of something. As long as you have them, I don't think anyone actually truly fucking reads them. They'll be like, oh, your requirements, 2 recommendations, and this, that, and the other. They're like, oh, there's 1 attachment and 2 attachments that both say recommendation. He got them. We're good.
I mean, honestly, look at the bright side. It's not a doesn't recommend.
Exactly.
It's at least something.
I agree.
That's when you start winning them over with your personality. So, Brad, your thoughts?
Is he the asshole? No. Is he the hero? Yes. So,
Go on,
things.
supervillain.
Number 1, if you're going to ask in front of another student, you're the asshole for bringing that up in case the other student isn't good. Or you're basically trying to pressure the teacher into saying you're both going to get it. Like, if that was your best friend, you said it right in front of your friend, just to kind of guarantee you're both going to get a recommendation, you put him in a hard spot.
Yep.
Number 1. Number 2, I give 2 shits what her opinion was of him, because after a few years, she is not going to give a shit about him and that recommendation. Number 3, competition breeds achievements. If you're told you're not the best, but you're trying to strive for the best, you'll work at trying to be the best. If not, it wasn't the right fit for you in the first place. If anything, he did her a favor.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He did her a favor. Unfortunately, she's not going to see it as a favor for at least the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
In 3 to 4 years, she'll realize it.
She'll learn the lesson, which is honestly the more important life lesson than getting it.
You don't always learn lessons right when they're given to you.
Mm-hmm. Hence why we always say, learn from my mistakes. And if you don't, she's going to learn them the hard way. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen here.
Learn your lesson.
Yeah. So, no, he's not the asshole.
Nope, not an asshole.
Absolutely not.
All right. You guys ready?
We need an asshole.
I don't know about this one. We'll see.
Okay, go for
it. Strap in. It's a little bit of a long read, but I'm going to be here for you guys. So, I'm 19 years old, student that's unemployed. I'm unemployed at the moment because my mom wanted me to focus in school. She assured me she'd take care of me until I graduate. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
My parents did the same thing. Since I'm making no income, all of my savings got used up on bills until I couldn't afford it anymore. This month, my mom paid, and it turned out exactly how I feared. She's complaining.
Okay.
We've been there. This has led my sister, 23 years old, named Jess, who is also employed.
Is she single?
I don't know. It doesn't say. No, actually, the following line says, but her boyfriend. So, no, she's not single.
Okay.
But her boyfriend takes care of her to throw it in my face. Since I haven't been working and I have more time on my hands, I do all of the chores while Jess sleeps in, gambles, and runs her mouth. Scandalous. Every time we get into an argument, Jess brings up my depression, anxiety, and tells me the family all hates me and thinks and talks shit about me. I've expressed that it bothers me to my family, but no one cares. Tonight the straw finally broke the camel's back. Riveting. I went grocery shopping and loaded an apocalypse worth of food. My mom helped and Jess didn't. As we were unpacking, Jess got up and gulped half the jug I brought in and put it back on the ground instead of the fridge. I would have fucking fucked her up already at this point. I frustratedly said, at least help put it away. Here we go again. She popped off, bringing up my depression, saying I have no friends or boyfriend and that I'm jealous of her. I let her laugh. He broke up with you and you cried, yet back together you are. So what exactly does that say about you? Another low blow. At least mom isn't taking care of me. At least my bills are covered. I don't need to depend on her, lazy ass. Please. At least I never stole from her. Jess has been a gambling addict since 18, before she had a boyfriend. And it got to the point where she used to be up all her money and started pulling money out of mom's account. My mom couldn't pay the bills, so guess who had to? I never brought it up until now. I'm assuming that means her. She paid the bills when her older sister took the money to gamble. What a bitch.
What a poor bitch.
Exactly. More shit talking. Literally got in my face and laughed about me wanting to hurt myself.
Damn.
Wow, I should slit my throat and bleed all over you is what should happen.
Holy shit.
I finally blew up. You never even graduated high school. Oh, what a turn of events. You eat, lay on your ass, or gamble. You depend on your boyfriend. You're a dumb, fat, ain't ever gonna be nothing. Ain't ever gonna be nothing. Bottom of the shoe. Cunt.
Yes, we dropped the C word.
All caps, by the way.
You're allowed to since I'm Australian. You're my friend.
Okay, thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
If I didn't have a job, we wouldn't have even been fucked. So, you're welcome for that. And the 3 times I saved your car from getting repoed. You've done way worse shit. Have you even wondered why you don't have a code to mom's vault? Why you don't have her card pin?
Because she's a gambler.
Because she doesn't fucking trust you. No one in this family trusts you.
She gambles.
How does it feel to be pathetic?
Oh my god.
The biggest Lobo of all. How does it feel to be just like Dad?
Oh shit.
I went upstairs and heard Jess crying, and our front door slammed shut. I feel bad, but man, she pushed me to my limits. It was almost every day she was egging me on. Am I the asshole?
That's classic sibling rivalry right there. I'm okay with all this. Both sides.
So we have had this topic
Yeah.
in a past discussion. A little bit different of a setting.
Uh-huh.
But, holy fuck, this one was riveting.
Yeah. So, I want to say everybody's an asshole. Everyone. Every single person is an asshole in this. Because
Let it get to this point.
it got to this point, but also, like...
I wouldn't say, no, I disagree with you. Honestly.
Well, at least the siblings are assholes. Maybe not the parents, but the siblings are assholes.
So we're gonna say mom and dad. I don't know the condition of dad.
Oh, we
But
can assume
but he's
condition.
obviously either A, not around, or he was a huge gambler, or didn't do a huge contribution to the family. All of that. So we're going to discount dad. He's gone. Mom's still there. She's supporting everybody. We got the 2 sisters.
Yeah. We can say she's supporting everybody, but
Oh, no,
she
no.
wasn't helping out.
The mom was helping out financially, but not disciplinary. Disciplinary?
disciplined her kids.
In a disciplinary action.
You got there.
Yeah, thank you.
got
It
there.
took me a few tries. Third time's a charm, baby!
Or 5.
I said it 3 times, so fuck off.
Did Beetlejuice show up?
Nope. But we also know that it's not your forte. Beetlejuice done lava. So when it comes down to it, older daughter had an addiction. She relied on her boyfriend for the money. I mean, that means she did have that voodoo clam for him to stick around as long as he didn't put up with it. The clam's the pussy, by the way.
I know. I just...
So the voodoo clam...
How can you be the sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex and also make everything gross?
It's not gross.
No,
it's called
you calling
hashtag... I'm going to plug into the podcast. Hashtag call her daddy gang.
Nope.
The voodoo clam.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, we all know.
Just calling
Daddy!
just calling it a clam, just... No.
No, they know. They know. So they got the voodoo clam. She got the voodoo clam. But she's keeping that boy around for a long time. I promise you that.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
But she Kim Kardashian.
But she ain't never messed with no broke nigga.
But she Kim Kardashian.
But no, yeah. So I think this motherfucker, that would have pissed me off. The thing that did me, at first I'm like, yeah, okay. When that bitch picked up that milk, I'm gonna assume milk. Well, we could call it OJ if we need to, whatever. And she downed a couple of gulps of it out of the jug and put it back on the floor.
I gotta tell you, that was a power move right there. That was a power move.
That's not a power move. That's not a power move, Brad. It's not a power move.
Against your sister?
Nah, fuck off. It's not a power move.
Well,
it's a douchebag move. It's a dick move. It's
I
a
didn't
cunt
say it wasn't
move.
those two.
All of it.
all
Nah,
of
it's
them.
just,
Well-
you should have put it in the fucking fridge.
Well, also, is she just playing... Is this The Sims? Like, she just like... And then just sets it on the ground?
No, if it was The Sims, the little sister would have already put the big sister in a pool and deleted the ladder out of it.
Okay, yes.
And then lit the pool room on fire just to be safe.
So,
I've played Sims.
I know.
We all have.
Uh-huh.
We know the extent of that.
Brad finds it a waste of time. So one of the things, because I have several siblings, one of the things is you pick and choose your battles, and also you have to kind of strategically know what to say. She did not. Neither of them really did. But like the older sister, right, who's berating her younger sister.
She wasn't ready for her younger sister to have a set of fucking cojones.
Yeah. Well, also, maybe don't bring up shit that then your little sister can bring up. Like the fact that the little sister paid her car so
yeah.
it didn't get repoed.
No, that's the thing. I think that's what truly makes the older sister the asshole and not her, not the younger sisters, because in the background, whether the older sister realized it or not, she brought up a fight that she could not fucking win. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, even when it comes... I'd never fight you.
Oh,
Mike?
I feel like you would.
I would not fight you because there's been times in my life that I've known you, that I've come to you and Brad for help. I wouldn't fight you for those direct reasons just because that's fucking ammunition. Those are artillery shells coming my way if I were to ever cross you.
See, Brad.
First of all, I love both of you. Fuck you. Thanks for coming. But just to cross my T's and dot my I's, I'm not coming at you.
You make sure to be on my good side.
Not good side. Okay side.
Okay.
Good side means I didn't talk any shit about you, but that's our friendship.
You pay
we are always on each other's okay side
You pay me words of affirmation?
Yes.
from time to time.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. See, I often said, I mean, I know I've often said that I will be the reason we're not friends anymore. To both of you. Where I'll push the line too far and you guys will just get sick of me and boot me out.
And then we'll be friends forever.
Yeah. But I've often said that will happen first with you, Gage, than it will with Brad. That I will push your buttons too far, and you will just be done with it, and you may actually murder me.
It depends on how many musical he tries to push down me.
How many musicals?
You shouldn't have said that on air, because I was hoping he'd push a bunch of musicals down your throat, and then I would say, let's kill him, and you'd agree, and then we could just both... And then it's the best...
I edit this sumbitch.
And then it's the Best Friends Discuss podcast with your main host, Gage, and our co-host...
Brad.
Thanks, bud.
I find it funny that you're still the co-host.
Also, he still hesitated to say his name as the co-host.
My burden is now your burden when I'm gone.
Yeah, it's okay, because our burden is me taking your PlayStation 4 over, and we're going to be playing Borderlands every night together.
Well,
and I have to buy it.
That's okay. Brad could have my Xbox, and then you guys could still just play games.
We can have it all.
Yeah, don't worry, it's written up.
I think I served all of... And they're going to be like, all right, and Mike's brother gets the Xbox, and his younger brother gets the PlayStation. They're going to look at his room and be like, they're both gone. What happened? Yep, Brad and I...
He's Brad.
Have by the way, that's just confirmation that I love you guys that much. As soon as you start mixing up people's names, it's an issue. But in the best way possible. You're welcome. That means you guys both mean equally enough to me to mix you up like my own children. But yeah, we'll have stolen all of your technology from your bedroom through your window, which we will not have broken open.
Mm-hmm.
I will come pay my condolences to your cunt-ass bitch-ass Nana.
And
unlocked your window.
And go visit my room, unlock my window.
And then we'll sneak back in at a later time.
Okay.
Where all of your base belong to us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gage, I often think that you are going to be sick of me and get rid of me.
Nah. It'd be a collective. It's not an individual thing.
Like I give 3 years where you're just like not gonna talk to me.
What are you at, 2.5? 2.5 years?
No, 3 years from now.
Oh, from now. I was gonna say from when we first met, we're about like 2.5. About 2.5 years.
Because we're coming
half a year and we get a bunch of technology, baby.
You would steal my stuff and be homebound?
We would be homebound, but then we'd be spacebound through the internet. Just in your
or
memory.
Borderlands 3, where you actually go and fly a ship through space?
No, we'd be spacebound to each other on Borderlands 3 while you're just dead as fuck.
Yeah.
And even in the middle of the night, howls we hear. We're just gonna take that as you egging us on in our video game career. That actually is kind of fucking scary.
So I don't know if that got picked up on the microphone, but I'm pretty sure Chester Omega Barkington just had a nightmare. Because we just walked out, he was laying on the kitchen floor, howling like he's screaming like a banshee. We woke him up. I think he was dreaming. I think he was having a nightmare. So I think he's good now. So I guess, Brad, who's an asshole? Is anyone an asshole? Are all of them assholes? What's your verdict?
I'm chalking this up to sibling rivalry at this point. I'm okay with all of it.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going by like past events, yeah, bigger sister's a bigger asshole. Mm-hmm. But that situation right there,
siblings.
Yeah.
They're all assholes out of love.
Well, I don't know how much love is. really there right now.
What is love?
Baby,
Baby,
don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
You owe me a Coke. I would say, yeah, I'm agreeing with Brad on this
You owe
one.
me
You know,
a kiss on the
it's all sibling love, sibling rivalry. They're
We
both.
We could tell how drunk Gage is getting right now
Why?
by that rivalry. Just, oh,
Mike's a bitch.
I was thinking about going for it.
Probably didn't go in for it because he knew I wasn't gonna back down.
No, it's because I can't breathe.
A kiss doesn't last. What you think I was gonna suck all the air out of your fucking body?
I don't want to get you sick. I don't want
Oh
to get you
yeah,
sick.
okay, cool. Give me a reason to call out of work, please.
Nope.
You didn't hear that, Brad.
Okay.
Give me a reason.
Gage.
No. So yeah, it's all chopped into sibling rivalry. When it comes down to it, yeah, I agree with you. You know, the bigger sister, she's more the bitch. She's more the asshole. She has no right, especially considering the fact that her little sister has already saved her a couple of heartaches. Financially or emotionally. Fuck off.
I say, I mean, granted, I don't have sibling rivalries, I would say, because I'm the good one that keeps
That
the
doesn't
peace.
mean you can't have sibling rivalries.
Really, considering your siblings.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, I guess I'm winning since one has cancer, one's gay, and one's a cunt. I guess
Yeah.
I'm winning.
I
I guess
would-
I'm just single.
Hashtag winning tiger blood.
Tiger blood.
So maybe that's what's what's strong in you. Maybe cunt ass bitch ass Nana fucked you know who along the way, and you've thrived. Tiger blood.
Oh, Charlie Sheen? Okay. I was getting real confused. So
is that confusing? I don't think it was.
no, I thought you were just saying fuck my grandpa. I was like, well, yeah. Like, duh.
Just like your father?
So, have I ever told you my one of my favorite jokes that I do about my dad? So, when I bring up that I don't know my dad and that I've never met him, he's never come back or anything like that, I've often said he just knows beforehand that his kids would grow up to be a cripple, a cunt, a loser, and gay.
That's great.
So, yeah, I think the older sister is an asshole. Just
I
straight
agree
up.
with you.
She started the shit, and the younger sister had to end it. So, older sister is an asshole. So,
Love it.
all right. Well, thank you for listening to another Best Friends to Discuss podcast. I've been your host, Mike, with my co-host, Gage, and our special guest, Brad. That's because you don't do a proper outro, Brad.
We'll see you next time. Deuces.
Later.
Peace out.